I think I was the only one in the world who hadn't seen the movie Coco by Pixar until just a few weeks ago. And what a fabulous movie with some great lessons for family historians. Hi, I'm Linda Sadgast from I'mAPhotoHero.com, and today I'm going to share 5 lessons about family and photos from the movie Coco. You can't watch Coco without hearing lesson number 1 loud and clear. Family is important, and that includes our ancestors. In Coco, the family showed how important their ancestors were by preserving their photos and passing them down from one generation to the next, along with verbal stories about them. Now, they only had a few photos, maybe 1 or 2 of each person, but many of us have boxes of photos, so it gets a little trickier. That's why my main focus is helping people turn their boxes of photos into shareable family stories. And if that's something you're interested in, check out our website, I'mAPhotoHero.com. But definitely, we honor our ancestors when we take good care of their photos and stories and pass them down from one generation to the next. Lesson 2 is that memories fade unless we bolster them. That's where the photos and stories play such an important part. They strengthen our memories and make it less likely we'll forget family members who are no longer with us, or even our own family history. For example, our 2 kids still remember quite a bit about a 6-month trip our family took around the USA in the old Suburban that we had, pulling a travel trailer. Even though the kids were fairly young, 11 and 14, they still remember quite a bit about that trip. And partly that's due to the 3 photo albums I made when we got home. Over the years, the kids have looked at those albums and read the captions and stories, which helped to strengthen their memories of that trip, so they won't be forgotten. Lesson number 3, remembering ancestors takes effort. In Mexico, Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, is deliberately set aside to remember and celebrate family members no longer living. Now, I may have a slightly different view of what the afterlife looks like, but I definitely agree that remembering ancestors takes deliberate effort. Creating a photo book about an ancestor takes time and effort, but that's a great way to remember deceased family members. Lesson number 4, when we forget someone in our family, it's as though that person never lived. In Coco's family, only she remembered her father. Without the photo of her father and the letters and the story of happy times with music and dancing, the rest of the family would never have known who he was. That's where I shed a few tears. But think about it. The same thing is true for all families. Once the photos and stories are gone, and there's no one alive who remembers you, it's as though you never lived. I don't know about you, but I want my descendants to know about my parents, to see what wonderful people they were. And finally, lesson number 5. Memories of family must be deliberately passed from one generation to the next. I love the scene at the very end where Miguel introduces his baby sister to the family photos and tells who each one is. That's our job too, to make sure the next generation gets to know their family heritage and to show by example how to transfer the love and knowledge of our family from one generation to the next. If you haven't seen the movie Coco, I encourage you to watch it. I think it's Pixar's best film ever. Now it's your turn. I'd love to hear what you think of the movie Coco and whether you gathered some other lessons that apply to family historians. So let me know in the comments. And also, be sure to click the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber, and click the bell next to the button to be notified when the next video comes out. This is Linda Sadgast with I'mAPhotoHero.com, where we teach you how to turn shoe boxes of photos into shareable family stories.